Hi, I'm John Heller, and this is John Heller's Short Show. And my guest today is Coach Katrina Smith, the head coach of the Beverly's track team. Welcome, Coach Smith, to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get started.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background?
All right. I've been coaching now for 13, 14 years. Long time. I know I look very young, but
Wow.
I'm a lot older than I look, as I tell people. And I started running track when I was 9. First for my elementary school, and then I transitioned into club track and field for the Los Angeles Jets, which I have high regard for. And through them, I was able to travel the entire nation competing, and I became a 6-time junior Olympian,
Good
national
for you.
junior Olympian. Yes. I competed for University of Washington, and actually competed for one of our coaches that we are working with, Coach Foots.
Good for you.
Yes.
So who did you recruit to help you coach the team?
Well, as I mentioned, I have Coach Foots. His name is Michael Foots Williams. Or Foots is his nickname. He is an Olympic coach. His one of his proudest moments is coaching a lady by the name of Myra Mayberry of Puerto Rico. And I recruited Coach Jeff Williams. And Jeff is
Like him a lot.
Yes. Jeff is
Yes.
very, very awesome.
He's something else with the hurdles.
Yes, he's our hurdle coach, and he's an Olympian as well. He competed in the 1996 Olympics against Michael Johnson.
Nice.
Yes. Marsha Williams. We have a lot of Williamses on the team.
Oh, yes.
Everybody's a
That's
Williams.
probably the most popular last name on the entire team.
Yes.
That's a given.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Yes. Marsha, she is handling our throws and helping out with the jumps. Me and her are working on the jumps together. And our newest coach is Coach Christy Long. She's our pole vault coach.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to working with her.
Yes. I'm very impressed by her resume, and she's highly knowledgeable, and she seems to be really enthusiastic with working with everyone.
She
Yes.
seems like a really nice person and coach.
Yes.
So how long have you been the head coach?
I started last January, and that was a tremendous experience. We were given a roster of, 100 and something people, and told no cuts. The roster just kept growing and growing, but we had our core group of 70 that were highly, highly dedicated. I think the school just kind of allowed athletes to sign on, people who were very interested, and it's really good to see that there were so many people who wanted to be a part of the team. Yes.
Good to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The team has improved every year under you. You've done a really good job so far this year.
Thank you very much.
So what is the best way to avoid injuries? Because there are a lot of injuries in track.
Oh, so many. And with that square track of ours, that seems to be a tradition here, it wreaks havoc on the pelvis. So what I've done, I used to go to Beverly, and I've asked doctors over the years how to handle a square track, because there's just so many injuries, like you said,
Yeah.
right? And so we do a lot of different drills, probably more drills than any other school, just to combat the effects of those turns, those 4 curves that Beverly loves so much. So we do a lot of very strange looking exercises. I'm sure the students have seen us all on the stairs, lifting our hips. We work on the glutes. We work on balance. That's our biggest thing, balance. That's how you
I've
avoid
never had to
injuries.
do so much stretching. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's new to me.
Yes.
It's new to me. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Maybe some people on the team may not like it, but I like to stretch.
Yeah, stretching.
It's really important.
Completely.
Like before and after practices, you better stretch.
Yes, stretching, warm up first. Beverly used to stretch first and then do a very quick 600-meter warm up. That was what I had to do when I was here. And I said, no, we need to warm up first. Let's stretch for about, 15, 20 minutes. Really work out our flexibility, improve our stride. And we haven't really had any issues, have we? No.
No, not so far.
So I think this technique is working out pretty well.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's good. So, what is your goal for this team this season?
This season, well, that's a pretty good question. This season, I would like to see us competing at higher level meets. We have added the Laguna Beach Trophy Invitational, which is new.
Looking forward to
us.
that.
Yes, that'll be in a couple of weeks. And we have a Frost-Off Championships, which Coach Foots found, which is really, really special. It'll be like the CIF for Frost-Off athletes.
Our Frost-Off really improved.
Big time, big time. I think it's the fact that so many did cross country. You know, it
Yeah.
gave them that basis. Well, you did it, so
Yeah, as freshman, sophomore,
Yes,
junior. Yeah,
yes.
since freshman year.
it gives them that base, that foundation they need to do well. I think if they started in January and February, like some of our newer athletes who joined after doing the winter sports, I think they wouldn't be running the times that they're running because they were able to concentrate their efforts on what they needed to do for the running part. So cross country provided that for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long have you been coaching?
Uh,
Like as a coach?
as a
like,
co-
have you coached any other like different schools?
Yes. I started briefly at GAR. That was a really good experience. I had the opportunity to work with sprinters and some middle distance and distance runners just to get some exposure. And then I went on to Morningside. And that was very interesting because we only had a team of about 10 people to start.
Wow.
Yes.
10?
10
That's
people.
it?
Yep. I've always had to work with teams from the ground up, it seems. So we worked with 10 people originally, and that team grew to about 20 by the end of by about 6 weeks into the season. And we didn't have a whole lot to work with. I was a distance coach and no distance athletes with the exception of one person.
Who?
It-
You were the only sprinter?
No, I was a sprinter. A friend of mine who I grew up with, who also competed for the LA Jets, she was our hurdle coach. We had a sprint coach, and the head coach, he said he wanted to handle administrative work, so he didn't really coach. So it was all up to us. We had to design, and that was a really good education for me to have to design a program.
But yeah,
Yes.
if a coach's not willing to coach, it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
You have to figure a way to
Big time.
do the work.
Yeah. Then I went on to St. Mary's, and what I learned from Morningside, I was able to transfer to St. Mary's. And then from there, I was able to transfer what I have accumulated in my knowledge to here. And I think it's all coming together quite nicely.
Nice.
Yes.
So, so what does it take to be a good member of the track team?
It takes a lot of dedication. This sport is highly, highly demanding. You have to, because this is...
It is.
Yeah,
You're
it
spot
is.
on.
Yes.
You're spot on.
You know, track and field, if you were in track and club system, you might practice Tuesdays and Thursdays or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You would do it every other day. Here, because it's treated as a class, it's every single day. So it's even more demanding in that sense. And you have to give up a whole lot of time, especially those weekends. Those Saturdays are critical. 'Cause that's when,
You're right.
that's like exam time. It's your quiz. You have track meets on Saturdays. And you have to show up for your quiz, you know?
Yeah. All the
Yeah,
time.
Yeah. So you have to really, really want to do this sport. You can't do it if you are just trying to get out PE. You know, that doesn't work, as you know. We put in a lot of work, don't we? Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So, so where do you go to college?
I went to the University of Washington in Seattle. I competed there briefly. That was a really good education in terms of looking at track and field, and
Know that.
as a sport that's called, you have revenue sports and non-revenue sports, meaning sports that make money and sports that don't. And that really stuck with me. Track is considered a sport that doesn't make money despite there's so many people are in it. And so I started studying that. And I'm still studying it now. I'm in college. I'm back in college. I go to Claremont Graduate University, getting my doctorate. And so that's pretty much what I'm studying, how track can become one of those revenue sports, like football is a revenue sport. That's why it's so successful. Yes.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
So it seems like the school spirit is lacking. What can we do to fix that?
Well, the school spirit, there's a lot of things to that question, but I think track and field can help out greatly. Historically, track and field has been treated here as an amateur sport, and you say, well, amateur sport, it should. It's a bunch of kids running. Of course, they're not going to make money, but that's not what amateurism is about. It's about not training, just showing up, being thrown in a race, not specializing, not working. And so what I want to do is re-educate. This is an educational institution. I want to educate people. You need to work. You need to value.
You sound like a coach.
I sound like a coach. Well, good. Yes,
It seems like a pretty hard job, but
yes.
you make it look like it's easy. It's easy for you.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like you think it's not a lot of pressure for you. It seems like you know what you're going to do, like right once you get to the track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So who is your favorite track athlete?
Who? Oh, my goodness. I love Gail Devers. Gail Devers is so amazing. She's about 5'3". I'm 4'11".
Midget.
Yeah. Yeah, we're tiny people. And she's so strong. And she's come through a lot of adversity. She went through a lot of injuries and still came out on top. And so I find her very inspiring.
What's your favorite male athlete?
Male athlete, Maurice Green.
Maurice Green.
I met him several times. We used to go to the same physical therapist.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So how many meets do we have this season?
We have about 5 more left, 4 more left. So it should be really good. And then let's see if we get to CIF, right?
Well, yeah. That's the goal. I hope so, but
Yeah.
even if we don't have a lot of people that make CAF, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta have the mindset, and
Yes.
willing to do the work regardless of what happens.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Even if I don't reach my goals this season, I'm still gonna come back next year and set up better standards. But still, the goal is for me to make CIF, but I won't get beat down if I don't make it.
Right. You're one of the leaders of the team because you have such a positive attitude. I like that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach Smith, for spending time with me today.
No
I
problem.
appreciate it.
Yes, I appreciate this interview. I'm so glad to be here. Yeah.
Heller out.
You did good, man.